Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alyssa Rain, and today I'm doing a Q&A from all the questions you guys asked on Instagram. Yes, I've been gone a very long time. I was switching between jobs, and by switching between jobs, that meant 3 weeks of me working 2 jobs. So I was very busy. And then after that, I got extremely sick, but it was also during. So it was like I was sick, and then I thought I was going to get over it by the time I was able to record because I only had one job at that time. And then I thought I had like bronchitis or something, or pneumonia, because it wouldn't go away. And it was just getting worse to where I had like an entire week where I sounded like a 13-year-old boy going through puberty who had smoked cigarettes for somehow 50 years of his life. So that's super cool. My voice was barely there. There was a few days where it was completely gone the entire day. I had absolutely no voice, so I couldn't record. And then it started getting better, but then I had a really bad, just nasty cough, and I was just coughing every other minute. We're here now. I'm coming off of the sickness. I'm still kind of nasally and congested, but I'm not dying anymore. So I am back, and we're going to look at some questions today. And also, I might be speedrunning this because I already recorded this video and then realized because my PC has been off for an entire month now, at least. And when I turned it back on, everything was reset, everything updated, blah, blah, blah. I just went to record and didn't realize that my camera microphone and my actual microphone were both on at the same time. So it just sounded echoing the entire time. And it just sounded like two voice overlays just slightly off of each other, just constantly throughout the whole video. Yeah, so that's an hour of my time that I'll never get back, but that's fine because I already pre-played all the questions now. So we're gonna get right into that. Alright, question number 1. How many piercings do you have now? I have 26 piercings, and for all you weirdos out there, most of them are in my ears. Do you have any hobbies such as playing instruments? I do, and a few of these popped up. My only hobby is playing instruments. Really, all I do is listen to music and play instruments. And if I hear a song and I really like the tune of it, I will learn it on just whatever instrument I think sounds best. Sometimes I'll hear a metal song and want to play it on piano, and sometimes I'll hear a really pretty song and then I'll want to play a metal version of it on a guitar. My two main instruments are piano and violin. I took many, many years of lessons for those, but I have eventually learned how to play a total of at least 10 different instruments. What are your favorite Netflix shows? When I was recording this and it got deleted, I learned that my Netflix account was logged out on my phone, and I really didn't feel like logging back in. So currently, I can't remember what shows are on Netflix. However, I am currently very heavily watching Shameless, and I've never watched Shameless before, and everyone's like, have you never watched Shameless before? I am on season 7 now, I think. I've heard most people just stop at like season 5, but I'm still going. I'm not over the show, you know. I've watched 7 seasons in like 2 months. I'm like chronically watching that show any chance that I get. Do you like Tim Burton movies? Yes. Actually, we're gonna have Jack sitting here. Oh, I also have this mug. Yeah, I have these little plants, and I have a stack of Jack Skellington tarot cards, and I also have a 5-foot Jack Skellington figurine hanging up where you guys can't see it. Also Zero's blanket is Jack Skellington, and also Zero is named after Jack Skellington's dog. I know that doesn't answer the whole question of Tim Burton movies. I love all Tim Burton movies. My first Tim Burton movie was Corpse Bride, and I love The Corpse Bride. It's probably to watch is my favorite, but Nightmare Before Christmas is just a classic, and I probably know every single, like, I can recite the entire movie, like, just words, lyrics, everything. Like, I am a very big Tim Burton fan. I'm also a huge Alice in Wonderland fan. My favorite game is Alice Madness Returns, which is based off of Alice in Wonderland, and I know he didn't make Alice in Wonderland, but like he's kind of known for the Alice in Wonderland movies. Will you ever do a tattoo tour with prices included? I have been thinking about doing a tattoo tour, however, I just keep getting more tattoos, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll do it after this one. I'm like, oh, but I have another one scheduled. I should probably just wait till after that. And it just keeps going. I have this whole area scheduled, and it's gonna be a like Gothic castle church kind of thing. But I'm not joking, I knew people were gonna ask because I always planned to be completely covered in tattoos, and I always knew people were gonna ask how much I spent, and every single session that I've been to since day one, I have marked down how much the price was. But yeah, I can do an entire tour and name every single tattoo and exactly how much they cost for me. But my tattoo artist works very fast and he's very cheap with me because my entire family goes to him, so you have to keep that in mind. I have not spent nearly as much money on tattoos as you probably think I have. Do you have any meaning behind your tattoos? There's not. I mean, like, a lot of them, like, this is, like, the crow from The Crow. It's not, like, the crow, but it's a crow because of the movie The Crow, you know, whatever. I got a Nosferatu. It's from a movie. This is my cat, Gilda. She was my great-grandma's cat that I adopted after she died, as well as the house, which is the only reason I have a house. My entire right sleeve, it's like all skulls and flowers and moths, but the moths are for the song Moth by Hell Yeah. And I have a Medusa tattoo on my left leg, as well as a bunch of snakes and things wrapped around, which you can look up the meaning if you want. I'm not going into that. Who is the best band you've ever seen live? I wish I could say it was Evanescence. Unfortunately, it's not, but that's also probably because Evanescence I saw at a festival, so they only had like an hour to play, and it was like, you know, they have to share the stage with other people, so they can't make it their own. They were phenomenal, and like even people that weren't Evanescence fans were also like, they're just like, oh my god, like they're awesome live. However, my favorite band that I've ever seen live is Gojira, and they are my third favorite band, and they only became my third favorite band after I saw them live. They are insane, and I wish I could show you clips, but they'll probably be copyrighted. Favorite makeup brand? I'd have to say e.l.f. because it's the cheapest one that doesn't, like, make me break out in hives. I don't know, they're, like, obviously, like, I do not like e.l.f.'s foundation whatsoever, however, their concealer and their primer and their setting spray and their eyeliner, it's just things that I have used forever, and I've tried multiple other things, and they maybe work the same, but they're $10 more, and I love e.l.f. products so much. Have you guys seen the black metal commercial for e.l.f.? Because they did a collab with Liquid Death. They did a collab with Liquid Death, and I really do like that commercial. What are your opinions on DSBM? I love that music genre, and if any of you don't know, I will put what I can of what DSBM is right here, so I don't get demonetized. But it is probably one of my favorites, and I don't know where I would list it because I just love black metal in general, but I very commonly listen to DSBM, which is probably a pretty good red flag of mine. What lashes do you use? I will put them right here because they technically don't have a name, they're just on Amazon. The least and most painful piercing. My least painful piercing was my eighth. This one right here. I didn't even feel the needle go through. It, like, felt like pressure, and I thought she just, like, tightened the clamps. Most painful piercing, it depends. With initial pain, it was definitely here. With healing pain, it was my daith because it was done wrong and my ear swelled around it, and it was an awful experience. With just overall my least favorite piercing I've ever gotten done, it'll definitely be my dermal, because I almost threw up and passed out, and I had to sit there for 10 minutes until I could even sit up because it made me so uncomfortable, because my entire... I genuinely think she hit a nerve. Like, I know I said that when, like, in my last video, but, like, still, every once in a while, like right here, if I push right here, I can feel it throughout my entire eye, and I can feel it through my cheek, and my nerves are all messed up there. Where I clean it, my eye starts twitching. There's just a lot of weird things that happens with that piercing, and also, like, randomly if I'm, like, smiling, because, like, it turns, and it's a little bit sideways, but it'll, like, turn when I smile, and I can, like, if I smile too big, it'll start making my eye twitch, and, yeah, the initial, it was just, I started freaking out because it was swelling inside of my face, and I'm very weird about certain, like, I can do any needle, tattoo, whatever, but, like, there's, like, that form of birth control that, like, goes into your arm and it sits under your skin. I couldn't do it. Just the thought of it made me want to puke because it was in my skin, and there was no exit point, and I couldn't just take it out. So that freaked me out because I was like, okay, first off, it was so disgusting, and, like, the feeling was awful, and it hurt, and it was just agonizing. Like, just, I was nauseated, and it just felt disgusting. I could feel it scooping under my, it was so bad. But then I sat there, and I was like, okay, I gotta calm myself down. It's in there now. It's fine. And then I was like, oh my god, it's in my skin. It's sitting underneath my skin. I can't get it out. It's stuck in there. And then I started freaking out even more. And I did that for about 2 days. Just constant anxiety about it. I was freaking out. And then the swelling went down, and I'm fine now, and it still kind of freaks me out whenever I, feel my nerves doing weird things because of it. But, it's cute. How old are you? I am 21 years old. Any plans for more tattoos? I will always have plans for more tattoos until I run out of skin. Any advice with getting tattoos in certain areas? Does bigger or smaller tattoos affect healing? I'm going to be honest with you, I've never gotten a small tattoo before. I've only gotten big tattoos. Professionally, only gotten big tattoos. I'd assume healing a small tattoo would be the exact same. I think all tattoos, if they are done correctly, heal the exact same. You gotta take the exact same care after them. I've never heard anyone say anything differently about that. I will say, I obviously don't have everywhere tattooed on me, but if you get the back of your thighs done, make sure that you have, like, Clorox wipes or something for the toilet seat, because that can cause infection. I didn't have that, but it definitely clicked into my mind when I really had to pee. And I was about to sit down, and I was like, this is going to be right on my tattoo. Like, the toilet seat needs to be clean. I can't just have, like, toilet seat in my new tattoo, Other than that, this area, if you are a bra user, it's gonna suck. And I suggest you don't wear one and try and wear, like, layers and hoodies. And if you have to wear a bra in public, I feel bad for you. It's gonna suck, but I'm sure it'll heal just fine. It's just gonna be a lot more raw and tender. And, like, with seatbelts, that's also gonna hurt. So when I get my tattoos, also, like, on my arms, because I do deal with food and drinks and liquor at my job. I don't want that on my new tattoos. I will have to wear a long sleeve even if it is 90 degrees outside. I do have to have those tattoos covered just so nothing gets on them, because I don't feel like going back and cleaning them every 5 minutes. Do you have any gum or tooth problems from your snake bites? I do not, because they were pierced correctly, and if you pierce them wrong, they can cause those issues. I also do go to the dentist every 6 months, and they know that I just love my piercing so much, so they really check to see if my enamel is wearing off or if my gums are having issues, and so far I have not had any issues besides with my tongue piercing when I did have a metal ball, which now I have a plastic one in, but when I did have a metal one, I did chip one of my molars while eating French toast on Mother's Day. I remember that very vividly because I started crying at work because I was working. And we were working a buffet for Mother's Day. And it was like 9 in the morning and I was eating French toast and I just swallowed a chunk of my tooth. And I started freaking out because I was like, my tooth is going to fall out of my head. And of course, when you chip a tooth and you feel it with your tongue, it feels like your entire tooth is gone, even if it's the smallest corner. But I did go to the dentist, and they were like, well, somehow you chipped it in just a perfect angle that it isn't too close to the center, and we don't have to do anything, but we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, fair warning, if you guys have tongue piercings, I recommend getting a plastic ball because I have never bitten down on my tongue piercing before other than that one time and it broke my tooth. So, when's the next Twitch stream? I don't know. I really would like to. There's not really any time that I can just sit down for multiple hours right now to do that, and when I do have that time, I put it towards YouTube. Do you get your hair done professionally, or do you do it yourself? I do everything myself. I haven't been to a professional since I had my last horror story about 3 years ago, and that is why my natural hair length is... Hold on. I'm weaving through the extensions right now. My natural hair length is about to here, and this is like the bottom of my hair, and for some reason the bottom of my hair is more fried than the top, but this is where my natural hair comes down to. I had a horror story at a salon, and I decided that I was going to be doing my own hair because my hair used to be this long, and then all of it just fell out and fried off, so that was really I dye my hair, I do my own extensions, I have tape-in extensions right now. I trim my own bangs, like, I do everything. I've lived and I've learned. How do you dress alternative in your 30s? I don't know if you're assuming that I'm in my 30s or if you're saying that you're in your 30s. But I don't know because I'm not in my 30s. Dress however you want. That's all the advice I gotta give. Ooh, this one is a heavy one. We have, how do you not let negative comments get to you? Bold assumption that you think that they don't. I personally grew up getting bullied pretty badly throughout my high school and just school years. And I was also kind of online. All of that is deleted because people like to go back to me as a minor and make weird comments, which is lovely. There will always be negative comments, as all of you know. If you are online or aren't online, you probably know that there is just always negative comments. And even if you are going through the comments of other people and you see negative comments, like, they probably see it unless they're at, like, a huge account. Like, I don't know, I'm sure Kim Kardashian, you say as much hateful things as you want, she's not gonna care. I mean, I'm sure certain things will get to her, but it's like, she's not gonna care about what some user 36745 has to say about her. There's quite a few times where comments have gotten to me. I know everyone's like, oh, social media is the dream job, like, everyone wants to do it. And it is my dream job. It's something I'm working towards, but it's you have to be built for it, and I feel being in the service industry and waitressing and bartending and working behind a register and looking like this while doing it, I have heard everything. I have heard so much, but the thing is that I have mostly heard really good things and people being impressed by my makeup, people asking genuine questions of like, oh my god, like, how do you do that? Like, that's so good. And they ask me makeup tips. Or maybe they'll ask me questions about my tattoos because they want to get one. And, like, there's things like that. And you just have to remember that the people who are making negative comments about you, unless you're, like, a problematic person, if you're not doing anything, like, I'll just post a makeup tutorial and people will have so much to say. They will just go ham at me. It's 9 times out of 10 out of jealousy, and the other 1 out of 10 is probably just, they're too brainwashed in their, like, conservative Christian lifestyle or something like that. And that'll really help a lot, and it will get to you, but you will realize that, like, it doesn't mean anything. None of those people mean anything. Like, you got this, boo. What's your natural hair color? Blonde. Do you like the band Ghost? I do. I've noticed that it is a very popular band right now, but my favorite song by Ghost is one of my favorite songs ever, which is... I'm finding it. Darkness at the Heart of My Love. That is probably my favorite. That's definitely my favorite song by them. Alright, we've had quite a few questions. This video is getting a little bit long, and I am very tired, and it is almost 1 in the morning, and I still have to edit this for tomorrow, so we're going to our last question now. I also appreciate everyone who seems very concerned about where I've been, or all that stuff of just concern. I appreciate everyone being concerned about me and asking me where I was and things like that. I'm okay. I just needed a second. My last question is, how do I know when I'm not a baby bat anymore? I used to wonder the same thing, but there is at a certain point where you just get confident enough in yourself. Like, I questioned it when I first started of like, oh, when am I not a baby bat anymore? But then I just kept growing into the community, and eventually I just, you know, considered myself goth, and you just keep learning more and more, and eventually you're just like, I'm just goth. I don't know. I feel like me watching a lot of goth YouTubers and like looking up questions of like, oh, what is goth? What is goth music? What does goth mean? Where did goth come from? Blah, blah, blah. And like, I do want to make some videos like that, but it's going to be when I have like more time, because I have to research, because I don't want to spread out any misinformation or things that I've just fabricated in my head. You'll always learn new things. You'll always find more music and all that thing. You'll always be finding yourself more as you go along, and I don't think there is really a point in which you're like, oh, I'm no longer a baby bat, I am just a goth. I feel like a baby bat is just, when you're getting into it, you're like learning like what it is. You like maybe go with the aesthetic of it, because definitely it's mainly a music-based genre, but I know a lot of people want to get into the aesthetic of it and the, you know, obviously the music of it and the community and things like that, and they just want to learn more about it. And once you just kind of, I think once you know, you just kind of know. And if you're questioning it, it's probably just, you probably are goth and just maybe a little insecure about calling yourself that, because you don't know everything, and no one's gonna know everything. Someone's always gonna know more about the community than you. Someone's always gonna know less about the community than you. You just gotta be who you are. Alright, everyone. Well, thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope that I answered enough questions for you guys. If anything, leave them down in the comments below if you have more questions, and I will answer them in the comments. But I am back. I do plan to upload on my Wednesday, Saturday schedule, even though my schedule at my new job is kind of all over the place, because I am part-time, and I told them, I'm just like, just put me wherever you need me. If you need me to work this shift, you need me to pick up a shift, just, I'm here. So I will try my hardest to stay on my schedule of uploading every Wednesday and Saturday, and I appreciate all the love and support that I've gotten from everyone while I've been gone. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure you leave a like, maybe leave a comment or a question or anything, and also make sure you subscribe and turn on those post notifications, because it really helps out my channel. I am almost at 10,000 subscribers, and that is awesome to me, and I never thought I would get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I appreciate every single one of you. For the 3rd time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Guys, I moved my room around, so now it looks all spooky in the background. It's my makeup table. Zero is named after this Zero. This is us for real. This is what we look like. IRL. Ready? I can show you guys. We're just like them for real. We're just like them for real. You got a new ball, guys. look at this. It glows in the dark. And guess what? It's big enough where it doesn't go underneath my couch, which is awesome because his main objective is to get the ball under the couch. Whenever I don't want to play with him, he rolls it under the couch so that I have to get up, move the couch, and technically play with him because I have to get it up from under the couch because he loses his absolute mind and rearranges my entire living room furniture to get the ball.
Oh, and she's just a little cutie patootie. You're just a little cutie patootie.
Here, what if I put this right here so you have to look at the camera? No, come up here. Oh, you asshole. Come here. Doesn't matter. No. Wait, he can do tricks. I forgot. Spin. Sit. Speak. Anyway, he can do a lot more than that. I just don't feel like getting up.
High five? High five.
Good boy!